What is up, and welcome to Real Advice in Relationships. I'm your host, Keisha, aka Author K.O. Sterling, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the podcast. As you're enjoying today's episodes, please rate this podcast, share this podcast, but most of all, download the podcast episodes. So sit back, turn up that dial, and enjoy this Southern girl share some real advice in relationships. Hey guys, what is up? This is your girl Keisha, aka Author K.O. Sterling, and I'm back today to do another podcast episode. I hope that this finds you well whenever you're listening to this, wherever you're listening to this. I hope that this finds you well. On today, we will be discussing dating multiple people while seeking monogamy. Dating multiple people while seeking monogamy. OMG, y'all, it's so much I can say about this. And if I'm having a real moment right now, a real podcasting moment right now, I have been recording this for at least an hour, and I have been starting and stopping my recorder because it's like, do I say that? Do I say this? Do I not say this? Do I not say that? Am I going to have to edit out a lot here? Am I going to have to edit out a lot there? So, you know what? I'm just going to roll with it, and however it flows is how y'all going to get it, because I really, really want to speak from my heart and not necessarily so much from my notes today, okay? So, but anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Let me first preface and start off with saying that today's episode is sparked by a conversation that I had with a listener of the podcast. This person reached out to me and they let me know how they felt about a comment that I made on a previous episode that I recorded. And I will get right into that in just a second, but let me just say this. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to do so over on Facebook or Instagram at Author K.O. Sterling. That is my handle. I'm trying to come up with a way. I want to put out a phone number. That way you guys can call in, leave messages, or whatever the case may be. You can do so. But I will let you know. I will keep you guys up to date. But let's go ahead and get back to this here topic that I was finna tell y'all about. Okay, so the listener didn't like something that I said. And the something that I said was that I believe that it was okay to date multiple people at one time. And this person was just like, no, you shouldn't encourage that type of behavior. That's wrong. And it's asinine. I don't see the purpose and the premise of dating multiple people if you are seeking out to have a monogamous relationship. And let me first start off. It's so many first I want to say. Let me first start off by saying I am so grateful and I'm so thankful that we have free speech for now in this country. I am so thankful and so grateful that we have the freedom to speak freely in this country. And I swear, I really should probably be podcasting every single day to utilize that right, that right and that liberty that we have so far in this country. I want to speak freely for we're not able to anymore, right? Okay. But anyway, so I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And I'm even more grateful that I was receptive of what this person was saying. I freely received the listener's criticism of that, of what they felt like I was doing, which is encouraging that type of behavior. And I also was very receptive to what this person was saying, because we don't know it all. One person doesn't know it all. Okay. So with that being said, let me follow that up with stating that my podcast is my hobby. This is, this is something that I'm passionate about. I enjoy doing it. Okay. And this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. This is not something you know, just go off and just let social media influencers or podcasters or anybody else define your life and define your journey for you. Okay. So let me say that. All right. So with that being said, this person said that I should not encourage that type of behavior. And I always tell you guys to know what works for you. Because what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. Okay? So let's get that out of the way. To know thyself is the greatest gift that you can ever have outside of life itself. To really, really know yourself. To know what works for you. Know what is not going to work for you. Okay? So let me make sure that I say that. Know what you can take and know what you cannot tolerate. So for instance, as we are talking about dating multiple people while you're seeking monogamy, if you are very emotionally sensitive and may not, if you're emotionally sensitive and you may not have tough skin and you might not handle rejection well, then dating multiple people may not be the thing for you, even though I think it would be an excellent thing, my opinion, not Bible, just my opinion, because I think that in dating multiple people to, and some people, everybody's not, everybody that's dating multiple people or dating people, everybody ain't having sex with the other person. I think that's where we get it misconstrued. I think that's when we translate things differently. Because if I'm dating people or if I'm dating a person, that doesn't mean that I'm having sex with them. You can date multiple people and there not be any sexual things going on. Like, that is possible, right? So I think the bigger conversation comes into the person that you're dating. You two need to have the conversation of being exclusive. When is it too soon to be exclusive? When is it too long not to be exclusive? Okay. And I also think that is based on your personality. For instance, for the longest time, because I am sensitive somewhat, and people would, in today's time, would call it an empath. If you have that personality trait, and if you are an empath, for some empaths, it is dangerous to have different people into your space because they pull, you get drained, and you absorb energy really, really easily. So you have to guard your energy. You have to guard yourself. But this is why I say you have to know yourself, because everything that works for you may not work for me. I can do that. That may not be something that you can do, but I can say this for me. I can only do that for so long, and then after that, for me, is also a cutoff point, because I'm like, okay, what purpose are you serving? Where are we going here? And that's how you end up in situations where things turn into something that they were never supposed to be. And I will also say this, after a few conversations, well, I can't say I'll just say I know after a few conversations if I want to entertain you more and more and more and more, or if I know what category I want to put you in. Like, I know whether I want to be serious with you. I know if it's just a fun thing for me. I know if it's just, it's a little time on it, right? So you have to know what works for you at the end of the day. If you know that and I hate to attach that to people that fall for other people really quickly, but if you know that when you are dating people that you one of those people that fall in love really, really quickly, like really, really fast. Like, some women have been known to do that, but I'm telling you, like, I have dated guys like this. Like, I really have. I'm just like, oh my God, he's in love already. Stop it. Cut it out. That's a good thing. I don't mind. But then it's like, also, we live in the age of narcissism. Like, you don't know if you being love bombed or not. Is he really in love, or are you getting love bombed? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you have to give yourself time, because one thing about it, they mouth is moving and they might be lying, but time will always tell the truth. Even if the other person is not being honest with you, time will always tell. So you have some people who don't mind killing two birds with one stone. They don't mind dating to seek out a monogamous relationship. And two, you have people who don't mind dating multiple people at one time to do it. So if you know that that's not something you can do as far as time and attention to, like, really, really get to know a person, for me, it don't take all that. That's just for me. Like, again, we can date a little bit, and for me, I say give me about a good 2 months. Really, it don't even 2 months for me. Like, give me a few good conversations, and I can say whether I want to entertain this a little bit longer, or, yeah, this person probably going to be in the friend category. So, yeah, like, so you just have to know what works for you. Because if you have more than one person that has potential, and you if you have multiple people that have a potential to be a good mate, I guess that's when you're going to have that conversation with yourself to pick out the better option, or have the conversation with the guys to see where they are with wanting to be exclusive with you. Excuse me, not just guy, the other person, to see if they're wanting, or are they ready to be exclusive with you? Because if they not exclusive with you, you can't make somebody be exclusive with you. Let's first get that clear. We got options in this country, okay? We have rights, okay? You just can't go around throwing yourself off on people and then just expecting them to. No, it don't work like that. Sorry, don't work like that. So, with that being said, you have to have that conversation with the other person to see, okay, is it time to be exclusive? Or you're like, okay, I'm ready to be exclusive. Sometimes you have to feel a person out, because a lot of times you may be feeling a person like that, but they might not be ready. But when you date someone, when you talk to them, what's in them gonna come out them. You will know if they are ready to settle down. Sometimes you have some people will say, I'm ready to settle down, and they're not really ready to settle down. And you have some people that make that known, and they really are ready to settle down. I cannot tell you the times that I have sabotaged and ran away from so many good only 3. Now 2. Potentially great I thought it was 3, but it was 2. Potentially great, good people. Because I went through a phase in my life where I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't valuable enough. I wasn't worthy. because of those fatherless, because I came from a fatherless background. Y'all know my story. Y'all know about the feelings and the pains of rejection from and the self-loathing and the low self-worth from not having a fatherly love. So it is very important as you are moving and you are navigating through these single streets out here in the single streets, to know yourself, to be one with you, to be whole with yourself. Another issue, I feel like we are looking for validation in other people. We are looking for someone else to make us whole. You cannot be whole with you cannot look for other people to make you whole. You have to be whole within yourself. Okay? And when you are whole within yourself, you gonna have a whole moment of epiphany, honey. You gonna know what worked for you and what doesn't. Okay? You gonna know what works and what doesn't. So, my advice or my opinion, dating multiple people when you are seeking out monogamy. This can have some dangerous effects if you are intimate with more people than one. That's reckless behavior. That's ruthless behavior. And when you say things, when you project your voice or your opinion about something, once it leaves my mouth and it hits other people's ears, I'm not responsible for as to how they translate it. But I do understand the importance of being mindful of what I say. So I would definitely, going forward, I would definitely be more mindful with the words that I say. Because on the back end, I have crazy numbers on my downloads here lately. Crazy. Crazy would mean good, a lot. So I want to end on this note. Make sure that if you are deciding that you're dating multiple people, but you have a desire to be monogamous, make sure that's something that you have prayed about, you have gotten peace about, and make sure that's something that works for you. If you're not a spiritual person, make sure that's something that correlates with your personality, and make sure the people that you're dating know that they're not the only person you're dating, because it would be a horrible thing if people didn't know that, or just kind of assume that y'all were in an exclusive relationship. No, we're not exclusive. Or yes, we are exclusive. This is my significant other now, right? So you have to be mindful. You have to be, and I also say, you have to have a certain level of maturity to do that. And the people that you're dealing with, you have to have a certain level of maturity to do that. Because truth be told, some people don't do well with rejection, y'all. Some people don't do well knowing that they got competition on the other end of the phone when you get a beep or a text. Some people don't do well with that. Some people take that stuff seriously and they take offense. Because if you are the only person that they date, but you run around here and date multiple people, some people take offense to that. Okay? And if they are like that, then they need to find someone who is okay with being with just them. And again, that doesn't mean that you're having sex with all of these people. And I will say, let me go back to the point that I was making prior to this one. There are spiritual ramifications that can take place when you are having sex with multiple people. Matter of fact, you don't even have to have sex with multiple people. If you have sex with that one person and that person that has sex with a whole bunch of other people, or just a person that has sex with a whole bunch of people, do you not understand that when you sleep with him, you done had sex with all them other people? Because there is something that takes place spiritually. There is a spiritual connection with sex. It's not just casually, oh, we just gonna casually get together. We just gonna casually have sex. If you have not listened to my Soul Tie series, go back and listen to it. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. And I think I probably need to revamp it and bring it back. There are spiritual ramifications when you have sex with multiple people, when you have sex with somebody. Soul ties is real. So know who you are sharing yourself with. When I encourage people to date, as this listener said, I'm encouraging people to date multiple people. Again, that does not mean that you're having sex with all of these people, because there is a ramification that takes place in the spiritual realm when you are having sex with multiple people, y'all. And it is not good. Because who that person is, the very essence of themselves, women as receivers, who he is, makes a connection with you via your womb. That is where life takes place, inside of you. Okay? So you have to be careful who you are allowing to impartate into you. Put stuff inside of you. Protection or no protection, it don't even matter. It's still ramifications for having sex with people, period. Point blank, period. So let me just be clear about that. There are ramifications to that. So I want you to be very mindful of that. Okay? Again, I don't condone people having promiscuous behavior, because there are things out here in these single streets and these marriage streets. Let's be clear. It's things out here in the single streets and the marriage streets, out here in the streets, period, that you can get, and you don't want to bring that into your body, into your home. You don't want that blowback. You don't want that pushback for real. Because don't nobody want to, in their right mind, nobody wants to get, STIs and STDs and things of that nature. So no, not only does it affect you physically, can it affect you, not only can it have physical consequences, but it also can have mental and emotional consequences. You could be getting attached to people that really don't want you like that. Let's just say you date multiple people and you having relations and y'all, okay, we just gonna have sex to see where this go. That's the biggest con out here that's been out here for a long time. That's straight running game. I did a video podcast on it years ago. I think it may still be on my Facebook page, but I took it off my Instagram. It's let's just be friends. That's the biggest con game out here. Don't ever give yourself to somebody. If you know that you want something, you want more than what they're giving you, stop giving that what you have to them. Stop giving what's sacred to the dogs. Don't do that. Never use your body as a bargaining tool. Never use sex as a mean of exchange of goods and services. No, we're not doing that. This is not a meat market. This ain't the swap meet. This ain't the farmer's market. This ain't what we doing. If you want to be with somebody, seek out somebody that you can be with. You will know as time go on who should be eliminated, who should be put in what category, who you should keep around. Let me just see what this person talking about. You will know. It takes a level of maturity, emotional intelligence, wisdom, and foresight to be able to do that. Now, some people say that's my guy brain. Some people say, Keisha, you a player, this, that, and the third. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But it's like at the end of the day, it's important for you, again, I don't know how many times, I feel like I done made a song out of it today. Know what works for you. Know what you're going to be able to handle and what you cannot handle. If you know you are super sensitive and you absorb other people's energy, maybe dating multiple people is not for you. Maybe you should date one person at a time. If you know you have an issue with rejection, or you have you fall in love real quickly and stuff like that. Again, I mean, I used to be that person who would fall in love quickly and easily, and things of that nature. And as I've gotten older and I've had the opportunity to experience different relationships, I've become a little bit more accustomed to the benefits and the non-benefits that comes with dating, okay, and comes with being in relationships. So you can take the good and the bad from it, and you grow from that, and you mature from that, and you understand what it is. All right. Okay. So I think that's gonna be all for today. Oh my goodness, y'all got what? Y'all got all the, oh my goodness, like I'm at 25 minutes right now. Y'all got a good out of me. So this is literally gonna be about a 30-minute podcast. This is a great episode for today. I had a lot of fun. I cannot wait to speak with you guys again. Like I really had a lot of fun today. Make sure that you are sharing the podcast episodes and let people know about your girl over here at Real Advice in Relationships. And again, my real advice for relationships for today is know what works for you and know what does not work for you. Be in tune with who you are, so you don't have to look for influences and social media personalities to tell you who you are. Know who you are with the God that made you and the Creator that placed you in this space in a time such as this. Thank you guys for joining me on today's episode. And until we talk again, it's your girl Keisha signing off. Peace, y'all. Bye. Hey guys, be sure to go to my website, klsterling.wixsite.com/I'm enough. That's klsterling.wixsite.com/I'm enough. There you can find links to all of my social media platforms, shirts, books, and did I mention I offer free ebooks? Yes, when you go to my website, klsterling.wixsite.com/I'm enough, click on the ebooks link and it will take you directly to the free ebooks that I offer. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Bye.